Warm greetings from Electrical Brains. In this session, we are going to discuss about the memory organization of 8051. Why we are discussing about memory organization concept in 8051 is that because we are doing a processing operations in 8051. While we are doing a processing operations, we must need some storage space to store all the data what we have gathered. For that purpose only, we are using this memory organization in 8051. Let's we'll discuss about what are the types of memory we are having in 8051 and how much spaces have been allocated for this 8051 memories. See the memory unit of 8051. In a memory unit of 8051, we are having two types of memory, that is a random access memory and a read-only memory. This random access memory is a temporary storage memory, whereas read-only memory is a permanent storage memory. This random access memory has a space of 128 bytes. Okay, whereas the read-only memory has a space of 4 KBs. Okay. In a 8051 IC, this is an 8051 IC, we are having all the components inside an IC, that is CPU we are having, and also we are having a memory units we are having, okay, interrupts we are having, okay, timers, counters, and many of the ports we are having here. IO ports, everything we are having. Similarly, outside a 8051 IC also, we are having a memory unit. Okay, what are the two types of memory? We are having a RAM memory as well as a ROM memory we are having. So two types of memory we are having. So inside the memory unit we are having in 8051 is called as a on-chip memory unit. Okay, it is a on-chip RAM, and externally we are having, that is outside of 8051 we are having it is a off-chip RAM. Okay, so we are having both off-chip RAM and ROM also in 8051. Similarly, on-chip RAM and ROM also we are having in 8051 unit. This read-only memory will only read the data, read the programs from a program store enabled. That is the output enabled type. Okay, so it can produce only the outputs. In a read-only memory, random access memory, we can access both the read and write functions. Okay, while I'm reading, it will be displaying the output. When I'm writing the programs, it will be in a writing mode. Okay, and this port 0 and port 2 only having address lines, that is AD0 to AD7 is a low order address line, port 2 carries a higher order address line, so we are having address latch enable which is given to the latch circuit. Okay, and we are having a data bus and a address bus. Okay, we are having a 8-bit data bus and we are having a 16-bit address bus. Okay, this is about the memory unit. Now we will discuss about the what is read-only memory and what is random access memory. See, this program memory is otherwise known as a read-only memory. Okay, this program memory is otherwise known as a read-only memory. Since this is a read-only memory, it will read only the programs from program store enable. Okay, how much space it is having internally? It is having a 4 KBs of ROM. Okay, and in a 8051 IC, we can connect externally both RAM and ROM as a space of 64 KBs. Okay, externally I can connect only maximum or limit of 64 KBs only for both program and data memory externally. Okay, what is the 60 KB is that? Let me explain you. In a pin diagram of 8051, what is pin 31 is that it is a external access pin. Okay, it is a external access pin which is mainly used to access the program from externally. Okay, when I am connecting a external access pin to the ground potential is that it will be giving only output as 0 volt. Okay, so it is a 0 pin and enable access is 0. When it is 0, this 8051 is that it fully take the data externally from program memory. It fully 64 KBs will be taken outside externally. So it will be storing in a location 0000 to FFFF. Okay, so whole 64 kilobytes will be accessed externally when it is in an active low state. Okay, zero voltage is that it is an active low state. Okay, when this enable access is connected to a supply voltage, we all know that what is the supply voltage we are having in 8051 microcontroller. It is a plus 5 volt supply. Okay, when we are giving a plus 5 volt, this enable access or external access will be in active high state, that is 1. Okay, 1 is an active high state. When it is active high state, internally I'm having a 4 kbs. So it can take 4 kbs from internal memory and other 60 kbs from external memory. So out of 64 kbs, it will use only 60 kbs from external memory and 4 kbs it will use from internal program memory. When external access is equal to 1, that is in a high active state. So when it is accessing internal program memory, that is for 4 kbs, it will store in address 0000 to 0FFF. When external access is equal to 1 in a high active state, and the remaining after 0FFF, it will fetch the addresses from 100 to FFF. That is 60 kbs from external program memory it will access. Okay, maximum it can store only up to 64 kbs only. Okay, this is about program memory space allocation. Next, we will see about what is data memory. Data memory is otherwise called as a RAM memory. This is a random access memory. In a random access memory, it can fetch the addresses, 8-bit addresses. Okay, it can read the 8-bit addresses in any locations. Okay, it can use in any 8-bit addresses in any locations. So, in 8051, we are having 8 bits. So, n equal to 8 bits. Okay. Here it will use one formula, that is 2 power n bits. 2 power n bits, that is 2 power n is, while substituting n is equal to 8. 2 power 8, that is 256 bytes. Okay. Out of 256 bytes, how it gets separated is that upper bytes and lower bytes. Each byte will have 128 bytes. Okay. Each byte will have 128 bytes. Okay, this bytes will be accessed by either direct addressing and indirect addressing. That is, this upper bytes will access both direct addressing and indirect addressing. This lower bytes will access also direct addressing and indirect addressing only. What is this lower internal bytes will have? It will be having register banks in it. Okay, bit addressable registers in it, and also a general purpose registers also it will have. Okay, this is a lower order internal bytes. It will have banks, that is register banks it will have, and it will have bit addressable locations or bit addressable registers. Okay, and also it will have a general purpose register. Okay, what about the higher order upper bytes? That is upper bytes is that. That is, it will access for special function registers. Okay, it will access special function registers or indirect addressing. Okay, there is 128 free locations, 128 for special function registers, and also sometimes it can access indirect addressing also. If it is not accessing a special function register, at that time it can access an indirect addressing. Okay, these are the address it will be storing. 00 to 1F is for register banks, 1F to 2F is for addressable bit addressable registers, and 2FF to 7F is for general purpose registers. And from 80 to FF it is for special function registers. This is a lower bytes, this is a upper bytes. Okay, this is also another internal memory. Okay, internal bytes, how much we are having? 128 bytes. This is accessed by indirect addressing. This is the data memory of 8051. See the internal RAM and external data RAM. That is, external data RAM maximum we can have up to 64 kbs. Okay, 128 bytes of internal data RAM is from 00 to 7F. That is lower order data RAM. Okay, lower bytes. So in that only we are having 4 register banks, 16-bit registers, and also general purpose register we are having. Okay, here up to 00 to 1F. Okay, 00 to 1F we are having a register banks. It carries a space of 32 bytes. Okay, 32 bytes is for register banks. How it's taking 32 bytes is that Total 4 banks we are having. Each bank is having 8 bits. So 8 into 4 equal to 32 bytes. Next 16-bit addressable register. We all know that what is a bit addressable register? It will access the bits only. Okay, if I'm having 8 bit, in that I can use only, I'm in need of only 2 bits. So I can access only 2 bits. So at that case, it is a bit addressable register. And next is a free register, is a general purpose register. This is otherwise known as a scratch pad registers. Okay, for general purpose use, I can use that. This is otherwise known as a scratch pad registers. Okay, this is of internal 128 bytes of RAM's allocation. That is 128 bytes of internal data memory. And special function registers we are having enough upper bytes. Okay, that we can store from AT to FFH. Externally, if I'm accessing, then I can access from 00 to FF only. When we will access the external data memory, whenever we are accessing external data memory, pin number 31, that is external access will be in a 0. A bar equal to 0, that is an active low state. It is connected to a ground potential. I will be accessing a external data memory. Okay, when EA equal to 1, okay, that is in a low active state. Sorry, that is in a high active state. Okay, that is plus 5 volt is given. Okay, at that time we can take an, but in a ROM we are having a 4 KB, so we are accessing only 60 KBs. But when it is an active low state or an active high state, we need to take from here only. Okay, this is an internal RAM structure, and also we are having a internal memory map. Memory map is that how the bits are placed in the memory map accessing. See, that is 00 to 1F. To this, what I have said, it is a registered banks. Okay, how many banks we are having? Bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3. If I am not selecting any banks, that will be defaultly stored in bank 0. Okay, next is the bit addressable locations, that is from 00 to 2F. Okay, next from 30 to 7F is for general purpose RAM, that is for scratch pad registers or a general purpose registers. We can use this. Okay, next one is 80 to FF. This is for special function registers. See, this B is a special function register. It will be stored only in this location, that is F0. This are a byte address. This is the accumulator. It will be stored only in this location only. Program status word in D series only. Interrupt priority in B8 series only. So these are the some bit addresses and the main special function registers we are having. How many special function registers we are having? We are having a 21 special function registers. So all these special function registers are mapped in by bit and byte addresses in this figure. Okay, this is the memory organization of 8051. Okay, so we will sum up. What are the two types of memory we are having? Read-only memory and random access memory we are having. In that read-only memory, we can only read the data. In a random access memory, we can read and write the data. Whereas in a read-only memory, we are having externally 64 KBs we can access, as well as in a RAM also we can access externally 64 KBs. But internal space is for ROM is 4 KBs, whereas in RAM is 128 bytes. Okay, and also the memory map locations we have discussed in this chapter. In my next video, I'll discuss about what are the IO ports of 8051. Okay, thank you.